Whether you decide to japa or not, it's up to you. But if you're japaing, japa with a plan.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
My name is Nee,
My name is May.
and we're happy to meet you.
We're happy to have you.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in. What are we talking about today?
Whether to japa or not.
What's the meaning of japa?
Let's start from there. Because ordinarily you'd say, okay, travel, but it's not. It's deeper than travel. It carries a different connotation, a deeper connotation than just
Yeah.
to travel. So it's you could say relocate, but if you look at the root word,
It's beyond
it's beyond
relocate.
relocating. It connotes like you're escaping,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
escaping something, like yeah.
Yeah.
So so which one are we talking about? The jackpot, like escape or? But I think we're looking at it more from the angle of relocating.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. As a word, yeah. Whether
Yeah.
to relocate or not.
Yes. I mean, when you look at the context and the origin from the Japa word, which is from our country, Nigeria,
Yeah.
um, it is a big deal. I mean,
Yeah.
whether to Japa or not, and I think there are a lot of intricacies to it,
Yeah.
but you can't, in good conscience, just tell someone Japa or
Don't
don't
jackpot.
Japa.
Exactly.
I think there are a lot to it.
Yeah.
Um, and if I would start first, if I'm going to start, the first thing I would say is it depends. It depends. Um, before you japa, why are you japaing? What are you japaing to?
Yeah.
Eh? When you japa, what will you be doing? Can you do anything when you japa? And we stand for doing things right? So when I mean anything, I mean anything legally.
You just
It-
want to do it right.
yes,
Yeah.
we want to do it right. So, do you want to hear my opinion?
Okay.
My honest opinion. I think if
I'm sure we all want to hear. Yeah.
I always say something because we're faith people, right? If you've not been hearing God before, it's not on
Jackpot
Japa
that
or
you
not
want
that,
to
that you
hear
want to hear
God.
God or not. just move if you can. Now,
If you want to.
exactly, and you
If
have
you
the
want to,
resource
yes.
to do that.
Or want to.
Or
Some people
want
don't
to.
want to.
Yeah.
I never wanted to for a long time.
Yeah,
I knew
same-
it had
same
to
here.
be at a particular
Same here.
stage, even though I could.
Yeah, and even when we moved, it was not.
We just need to time for
It was not
yeah.
because of Japa. You
It
understand?
wasn't.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
I would still be, if I'm still in Nigeria today, I would be as happy as
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
So
But we have a piece about what we've done.
exactly. And again, if you're a faith person, if you're someone that I mean, prays to God and try to ask God for direction, then you should ask God if you should japa or not. But if you are not someone like that, and you
It's
have
up
the
to you.
means, it's up to you really. Now, on the other side, even when you've decided to japa, it is very very important to ask questions.
Yeah.
A lot of people japa and they are stuck. A lot of people jackpot and they were better off before they jackpot because one, either they didn't ask the right question, ask the right questions, or
Then plan,
didn't plan
strategize.
exactly. Like you always say, there was a time we wanted to travel, and I said to my wife, I said, no, we're not, and we were just, it just came to our spirit yet.
It was close to the time we
It was
actually
close.
did, but it was like maybe a year before.
Yeah, yeah,
So we were already sensing it that it was close,
yeah. Hmm.
but we're trying to make moves. Then you, by virtue of planning and calculation, were like, no, we
I
still
said,
need to wait a little
I
longer.
said, we
Not
need.
by virtue of the word
Yeah,
or the
yeah, yeah.
leading.
No,
So
this is
that
not leading.
confirmed,
No.
yeah, exactly.
This was. I said, make. We need to have this amount
Yeah, we need to this exactly.
if we are going to do this. Even though
Yes.
we have a release in our spirit, we knew God um, is saying we
You can
should do
move by
this.
faith, but by
Yeah, yeah.
faith is not without resources. It's going to take resources to
Exactly.
make it, a
Exactly.
smooth one.
Now, uh, because of our own values and the way we like to live, we don't like to put anybody under pressure. We don't even like to put ourselves under pressure, right?
Undue pressure.
Exactly. So we said we must have this amount, and if God has said it, He will provide for it, right? And that was what happened when we had the amount that we felt we should have. Then we were able to
Yeah,
start
that made
making
everything
the move.
smooth.
It made
Yeah,
things smooth, and it
yeah,
didn't put us
under
under
pressure.
pressure while we were in Nigeria,
And even
and
while we
when
were,
when
yeah,
we got to where we're going,
yeah.
because we were like, okay, but God is saying this thing. Yes, let's move. It wasn't that we had everything. We
Yeah.
had,
In fact, we had a lot that was enough to go with
yeah,
and all that, but we had more that
that was yet to
were
come.
yet to come. They were like some were supposed to have come before we came,
Yeah.
but okay, I'll pay this. I'll pay. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
People
yeah,
were delaying their payments.
yeah.
But we just knew that every other thing was fine enough. We had, sorted everything that needed to be sorted. But all the extras that we needed to be comfortable initially, but they all started coming
Yeah.
in due time.
Yeah.
Like almost at the time we came in,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I'll speak honestly here. For me, because I love people, it hurts me, or hurts as they will say, to see what people go through when they jackpot. I mean,
Without
I'm
planning.
moved to tears. It has broken many homes. It has made people do um, unthinkable things. It has also um, affected some people even psychologically.
Yeah, I think what happens is most times when people travel that way and there's no planning, even
Yes.
if they are stranded, they just feel they don't want to go back home.
Yes.
But like the way we are, if we have to go back today, we'll go back not because
Yeah.
we are not fine here.
Yeah.
Everything is, God has been good.
Yeah.
But if we have a nudging that it's back to Nigeria,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
so eventually I think whether a person wants to jackpot or not is up to the person.
Yeah.
The truth is we can't make this decision for anybody.
Anybody? Yeah. Yeah.
And the truth is that there are people who are supposed to take the leap of faith,
Yeah.
and they'll see a lot of things
Yeah. Yeah. As you
unfold
move,
for them as
yes.
they
Yeah.
move.
Yeah.
So it's going to work for different people in different
Yeah.
ways. But you need to clarify the motive and be sure that you also have a plan, like you have said,
Yeah.
because eventually you want to be fine.
Yeah.
When you get to the other side. I've seen a lot of people say that, oh, people were just telling me, come, 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 come. But eventually I've come and it's not the same thing. But if we look at it from the angle of the word jackpot, when people don't mind to just leave because of the situation of things, back home, and they think it's going to be better, and you want to say something?
Yeah. I want to say something
Okay.
to that. It's just in planning again. Now, when you want to jackpot, what is the plan? Even if you don't have all the resources and you just want to jackpot,
Yeah, you need to have a plan.
please have a plan.
Have plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. Yeah.
There are a lot of things that when if people say from here, you think they're trying to stop you um,
No, not even
from
advise anybody
from
stopping
no
anybody.
no
It's
you,
not
no no
one,
no.
yeah.
Sometimes when you tell people the reality of what is
Yeah.
on ground, people think that people are lying and they don't want them to
Yeah.
move.
Yeah, most
But
people. Yeah, okay.
I'm not the one. I'm not a person that will tell people not to jackpot. But what I do is to always tell people these are the factors, And if you have the time, sometimes you can still japa, but you can decide to give yourself 6 months.
Yeah, and what it does sometimes, tell the person, okay, can you quickly take this course?
Can you
Or
do
can
this?
you
Can
do
you
your
do
CV
this?
this way? Can you
Can
start
you
looking for a job?
exactly
He's trying to, it's in good intention, you
now
know.
for most people
They don't
that I
get it
speak to, do this, do this, do that. Most people don't get it
until they come
until they
here. They
land.
don't realize what it was.
And
They're
now
like,
when they
oh,
land,
okay, I get
what
it.
I've told you to do 3 months ago
Yeah.
would have given you a leeway
Yeah,
here
yeah, yeah.
and make things super fast and better and put
Yeah.
you off on a better footing. But a lot of time people don't know the impact of what you're saying. And then they get in, and here is where you land, and
It's
you get the
very, yeah,
you
you
have
just
to
have
get the
to,
ground, get to the
yeah,
ground and start running.
hit the ground running,
Hit the
yeah.
ground running. And so if you want to have a plan, pray and
Yeah.
have a
Because
plan, have a
honestly,
strategy.
for me, for a long time, I could travel, relocate, but I always felt no, it's not time.
Yeah.
When I was younger, when I was like, no, after my university masters, I'm like, no, I'm still supposed to be here doing this and that. That was it for me.
Yeah.
And I know people who, even right now, you tell them and they're like, no.
Yeah.
It's because they feel that's where they should be back there.
Yeah.
But for me right now, this is where I feel I should be.
Yeah.
So that's how it works for me. So the thing is also there are people who might relocate or travel for the wrong reasons and get stranded. But I think eventually people learn in different ways. We just have to allow everybody to. We can advise,
Yeah.
counsel, and all that, but we can't, you know, help people make their decisions. Eventually, people have different experiences in life. Might just be part of their own experience, but we'll always give information to help people make informed decision.
Decision. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
we've
always
been doing that
guide,
in our own ways.
always guide people on how best to go about these things. Eventually, it's everybody's choice
Choice.
to make. And like we said earlier, some people will, like he said, some people will know because they are led, but for some people, it's just a desire. Like I just want to travel, and then it's fine. So eventually, we just it's up to you.
It's up
It's
to
up
you.
to you more or less. It's
Yeah.
up to you. So you just look at the factors, and I don't. I know some people go on one extreme and say those who jackpot are wrong. They
No,
are
no, no,
leaving
no.
Nigeria.
No.
They are leaving the country. See, I don't know. I don't know if anybody don't carry Nigeria for head. Like I don't carry Nigeria
This
for
woman
head
is
till
Mrs.
tomorrow.
Nigeria. In fact,
Till
she loves Nigeria so much that her firstborn
yes,
was
was born
given.
on Democracy Day, and all my friends were like, "Ha, this is a confirmation." I carry Nigeria for head, so I can go back to Nigeria tomorrow.
I
But I
mean,
know I'm supposed to be
I
here
mean,
right now.
you started a praying group for Nigeria
I've
that
been
grew
starting praying group
over
from when I was
500,000
in,
following. You know.
as in from when I was in uni
Yeah.
upwards, different times, different groups and all that. So that is me.
Yeah.
So it's not about jackpot, so to say. It's just I just know that is where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
So eventually, it's up to each person
Yeah,
to
yeah.
to make that decision.
Mine is whether you decide to jackpot or not. It's up to you. But if you are jackpot with a plan.
Yeah, yeah,
It may be you might be in a career that is easily transferable.
yeah,
But there's some other career path that you are in Nigeria that when you land in this new country, it's like you are starting from ground zero.
yeah, yeah.
But there's some career path. Most people know tech is tech
Yes.
is tech is true. I'm in tech, you know. So
I'm also in tech by
yeah,
faith.
you know, tech has its advantage but even in that, there's still some gap you may need to fill.
Yeah.
But I had a friend who he knew was traveling, and what he did was his partner quickly got into
IT as well,
tech,
just like him, and both of them work
both of
remote.
them
Yeah.
exactly they traveled, and in no time, both of them got a job in tech, and
Yeah, work
they
remote. We
work
just have a plan.
remotely.
Things don't just fall from the tree
Yeah,
here, or you still have to work them out,
yeah,
and also just have a plan so that you make sure that you're fine.
yeah.
That's what this
Yeah,
is
it's
about.
about have a plan so you can earn because there are a lot of bills. And so, but if you can have a job, a professional job when you land, as soon as you land, it just gives
It
you a very good
helps. It
footing.
helps. Yeah.
And it makes things quite
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
The only thing I will add to that is that when you're strategizing, especially around the career, it is not only tech that is doing well. There's some
Yeah.
interesting career paths.
Interesting things like accounting, finance,
Accounting,
yeah.
finance,
Um,
surveyors,
yeah, architects,
architects, yes,
and some engineers.
yes.
Yeah,
Those skills that are very
actually Aki.
transferable, yeah.
Yeah, so just check the skills that are needed in the area you're going to and start developing yourself because
Yeah.
for real, it's going to help you.
Yeah.
So, like I said, those who go on from one extreme to another and say, those jackpotting are wrong, it's not true.
Yeah.
Those who go to another extreme and say everybody should jackpot. So everybody should just decide what's good. And I think for about 2 years now, we just sensed it that it was going to be a thing. So it's what's in here. So there's a lot that God is doing with this reshuffling of everybody this way and that
Yeah.
way in this season.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't come and say that it is not of God.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
eventually it is each person
Yeah, it's
between
God
you
creating
and
the
God and you and
opportunity.
exactly you and what you
I
know
mean
that you
that you
should be
can,
doing.
that you can jackpot by any means. God has helped you.
God,
Let
like
alone.
what he's saying is that God helped you to make it happen, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
so just everybody should just be fine. That
yeah,
is our goal. Be
yeah, yeah.
fine. You know, be
I
fine.
mean,
Yeah.
um, I don't know if this is a bonus point, but it just came to mind. Now, we didn't do that because of how we choose to live. But I know a lot of people that literally borrowed to Japa.
Yeah. So it puts you in a very
Tight corner.
place when
The
you
only advice
travel.
I can give such people is, if you can, if you know you are having to do all and borrow, it will. What will give you a cushion when you Japa is if you are in a career path where it's in demand. And if
Yeah.
you have to, while you are doing all your borrowing to Japa, if you can switch to that career and build experience and know it well, as in that career path where you know it's thriving in the other country, so that when you land, you're not having to wait uh,
For
uh,
too
for
long.
too long before you
You
get
yeah get
a
on your
job.
feet. Yeah.
Some other things people don't know about. I don't know if it's the same thing back in Nigeria, but November to February for recruitment is a very slow
But that
period.
thing is relative. That thing
Okay.
is relative. You know, I was the one that even was saying it and all, but I've heard someone too also say that it felt like it's even early in the year, you know. So I think it's relative, maybe
Okay.
industries and all that. But
But
definitely end of the
November,
year.
December
Actually,
is
December, forget it.
November,
It's always
December.
very tight, you know,
Yeah.
and all that. But for some seasonal workers, like people who, you know, because of the festive season,
Yeah.
stores, all those
Oh yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
jobs come
yeah,
up, you know, warehouse and all
yeah,
that. So you know, but if it's going to be a professional work,
yeah,
most likely recommend to start in January, February.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah. So that's it. Our goal is for you to be fine,
yeah, yeah,
and relocating is up to you.
yeah.
There's no school of thought that says that those who are jackpotting are totally wrong.
No.
No, there are people that God wants them to jackpot.
Yeah.
Then there's no school of thought that should say that though everybody should jackpot the country, you know, everybody who has the opportunity to jackpot. There are people that I know who have the means to go and will tell you, I'm not going.
Exactly.
Because they know they're supposed to be there.
I know too
That
many
should I
people
know now, I know my
that
people, my
yeah,
family, and I know some people that
yeah.
you know, some have traveled and but there are a few that will still say,
No, no,
no. So that's how it should be. It's up to you. But
yeah,
make sure you are fine. Have a
yeah,
plan
yeah,
and
please,
strategize.
yeah, yeah. Plan so that
Yeah.
you
You
won't
won't be in a
experience
bad, yeah,
the other side.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Because the countries you're going to are different from Nigeria. Rents, you pay rent per month, you pay bills monthly, a lot of things, you know,
yeah.
just you have to be sustaining them on the go.
On the go,
Yeah, so
you
that's
have to
it.
spend money. So
Yeah.
if you're not coming and getting a good job, uh, then maybe you are coming with a lot of money. But if you don't
Yeah.
have those two, then the strategy is to make sure that you put yourself
In a
in
position
the
to
position to
earn
earn
well.
well when
Yes.
you land.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
all right.
That's it for me.
Thank you for joining our Jackpot episode. I think there will be Jackpot part two.
Yeah, I think so. To be fair, I truly, I like helping people.
Yeah.
So
Most times it's like, okay, bring your CV, let me see what you've done, blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
just
yeah.
trying to at least,
Yeah.
get people positioned for a good
Yeah.
start.
Yeah.
All right then. So we thank you for joining us again.
Thank
And I
you.
know I'll keep reminding you to subscribe. And if you don't
Yes.
subscribe, I'll keep reminding you again and again. And then
Subscribe.
share.
Yeah.
You can
Share.
also share with people. If
Yeah.
you enjoy what you get here, it's not for you alone, it's for everybody.
Yes, for
So
everybody.
spread the gospel, spread the good news.
Yeah. Share it.
All right then, family. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
joining
Thank you
us.
for joining us.
Until next time. Bye.
Bye.
Mwah.